Life has a way of making us feel stuck, like no matter how hard we try, the road ahead never seems to get clearer. But in those quiet moments when the noise fades, you know deep down there's more to you. A potential waiting to be unlocked, ready to take you further than you ever imagined. Let's explore the idea of self-direction, what it means, how it can transform your life, and most importantly, how you can start today. By the end of this journey, you'll see that you're not as stuck as you feel. You have more control than you think. So let's dive into this together, self-direction. It sounds like a big word, but at its core, it's something simple. It's about taking control of your own life. It's about realizing that the power to shape your future is in your hands, not someone else's. For a lot of us, life happens to us. We drift through, waiting for things to change. We hope that maybe next year, things will be different. Maybe we'll finally get that promotion. Maybe we'll save enough to take that trip. Or maybe we'll start that business we've been dreaming about. But here's the thing. Hoping and waiting won't get us where we want to go. We have to take the wheel. Think about your life right now. Are you moving in the direction you want, or are you waiting for life to happen to you? The truth is, without clear direction, life will pull us along, and before we know it, we're stuck in a place we never wanted to be. Self-direction means making decisions and taking actions that align with where you want to go. It's waking up each day and saying, "This is my life, and I'm responsible for where it goes." It's not easy, but it's empowering. It means you don't have to wait for the stars to align. You can start aligning them yourself. But first, before you can take control of your life, you need to know where you're going. And that brings us to the first key element of self-direction, self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is the foundation of self-direction. How can you know where to go if you don't even know who you are or what you truly want? So many people spend their lives chasing goals that aren't their own. Maybe it's the career path their parents wanted for them, or a lifestyle they thought would make them happy because it's what society says is success. Think about it. How many times have you pursued something only to realize later it wasn't what you really wanted? You might have achieved a goal only to feel emptier than before. That's because the goal wasn't aligned with your true self. Self-knowledge means understanding who you are at your core. What are your values? What truly brings you joy? What kind of life do you want to lead? It's about stripping away all the noise, the expectations of others, the pressures of society, and getting to the heart of what you want. I once heard a story about a woman who spent her entire life working towards a medical career. Her family was in the medical field, and it was always expected that she'd follow in their footsteps. So she did. She worked hard, went to medical school, and became a doctor. On paper, she was successful. But inside, she was miserable. She realized after years of pursuing someone else's dream that medicine wasn't what she wanted at all. She had been living her life according to someone else's script. It wasn't until she paused and reflected on her life that she realized she had a passion for teaching. She left her medical career and became a teacher. It wasn't easy, and yes, her family wasn't thrilled. But she was finally living her life. She was fulfilled because she was aligned with her true self. So ask yourself, whose dreams am I chasing? Are they mine, or are they someone else's? Are they the dreams I've absorbed from society? Self-knowledge is the key to understanding where you need to go. Without it, you're just wandering in someone else's direction. But knowing yourself isn't enough. Once you've figured out what you truly want, the next step is to prepare. And that's where self-preparation comes in. You've probably heard the saying, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And it's true. Opportunities are out there, but if you're not prepared, they'll pass you by. Self-preparation is about getting ready for those moments even when you don't know when they'll come. It's easy to think that success is about being in the right place at the right time, but the truth is, being in the right place is only half the battle. You also have to be ready to take advantage of the moment when it comes. That's why self-preparation is so important. Let's say you want to start your own business. You've dreamed about it for years. But dreaming isn't enough. If an opportunity arises, let's say someone offers to invest in your idea, are you ready? Do you have a plan? Do you have the skills you need to run a business? Have you done the groundwork? Self-preparation means taking action now, even if the opportunity hasn't presented itself yet. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about getting your ducks in a row so that when the moment comes, you're not scrambling. And self-preparation doesn't just apply to big dreams like starting a business or landing your dream job. It applies to every aspect of life. Think about something as simple as going to a job interview. If you walk in unprepared, you're not going to make the best impression. But if you've done your homework, researched the company, practiced your answers, and thought about what you bring to the table, you're going to stand out. Self-preparation fuels ambition. When you know you're ready, you feel more confident. You stop waiting for opportunities to come to you, and instead, you start creating them. But preparation doesn't have to be overwhelming. It starts with something simple. Small, consistent habits that add up over time. And that's what we're going to talk about next. We often think that success comes from big, sweeping changes, but more often than not, it's the small, consistent actions we take every day that lead to big results. Small habits, when repeated over time, create massive change. Take a moment to think about your daily routines. Are your habits moving you closer to your goals or further away? Every small action you take matters. If you want to be healthier, for example, it's not about overhauling your entire diet overnight. It's about making small, consistent changes. Drinking more water, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, eating a little more mindfully. The same applies to your dreams. If you want to write a book, you don't need to write the whole thing in a week. Start by writing 1 page a day. If you want to learn a new skill, you don't need to master it in a month. Start by dedicating 15 minutes a day to practice. The key is consistency. It's showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's doing the small things that seem insignificant at the moment but add up over time. Here's the thing about small habits. They're easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. And that's where people get tripped up. It's easy to skip one workout. It's easy to put off learning that new skill. But when you do that day after day, you end up far from where you want to be. Success is about choosing the easy things that lead you toward your goals, instead of the easy things that lead you away from them. It's about creating habits that support your growth and sticking with them, even when it's hard. But let's be real. No matter how disciplined we try to be, setbacks happen. We slip up, we fail, we get discouraged, and that's okay. What matters is how we handle those setbacks. Failure is a part of the journey. There's no way around it. If you're going to push yourself, if you're going to chase your dreams, you're going to stumble along the way. And that's okay. It's not the failure that defines you, it's how you respond to it. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to get down on yourself. It's easy to start thinking, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But here's the truth. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to adjust your course and keep moving forward. Take a moment and think about a time when something didn't go your way. Maybe it was a job interview that didn't pan out, or a project that didn't turn out the way you hoped. At that moment, it's easy to feel like you've hit a dead end. But setbacks are just detours, not dead ends. They're part of the process. Think of it this way. Every time you fail, you're getting one step closer to success. Each failure teaches you something valuable, what didn't work, and what you can do better next time. It's like refining a recipe. The more you experiment, the closer you get to the perfect dish. So, when you fall, get back up, encourage yourself, remind yourself that you're learning, that you're growing, and that every step, even the missteps, is taking you closer to where you want to be. Self-encouragement is so important in this process. You can't wait for someone else to cheer you on. You have to be your own biggest supporter. When things get tough, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself of the dreams you're chasing and keep going. At the end of the day, self-direction is about taking responsibility for your life. It's about realizing that the power to shape your future lies in your hands. It's about knowing yourself, preparing for the opportunities that will come your way, building small habits that lead to big change, and embracing setbacks as part of the journey. No one else is going to live your life for you. No one else is going to make your dreams come true. That's your job. And the good news is you're more than capable of doing it. So, today, as you move forward, ask yourself, am I living the life I want to live? Am I heading in the direction I want to go? If the answer is no, that's okay. The important thing is to start taking steps in the right direction now. Remember, you don't have to make huge changes overnight. Start small. Start by getting to know yourself better, by preparing for the future you want, by building habits that support your goals, and by bouncing back from failure with resilience. This is your life. You have the power to create it, to shape it, to make it into something amazing. So go out there, take the wheel, and start steering your life in the direction you want to go. And that's the end of our journey for today. But your journey is just beginning. Remember, the road to success isn't a straight line, but every step you take brings you closer to the life you deserve. So take that step today and never stop moving forward. Thank you for watching, and I hope this message empowers you to embrace your potential and live the life you've always wanted.